this is. Zero martial training. This is Joe, Zero Martial Training. We're going to be looking at balance, how it works throughout the body within us and within our opponent. Again, we're going to start from our standing position. Good posture, nice and tall, strong, sitting in the glutes, shoulders back and down. So with balance, we can start with breaking down into shapes. So we can do triangle of balance. So we just go in a nice shoulder width stance, and we're going to dissect the feet. All right, so between the heels, either points of the triangle, dissect the top of the center line between the tops of the feet, that becomes our triangle. So to tip a triangle over, it is easier in this point here. So you are very easily knocked over this way and knocked over this way. All right, so when you're attacking somebody, you also want to position yourself in this position to then drive through them. All right, so where I am strong in this is from this side. All right, so the more I expand this, the stronger I am this way. And then my triangle becomes much weaker here. So I become even easier to knock over this way. All right, so we need to protect that and exploit it in our opponents. Now we can look at the rectangle of balance. So this is more of a full fighting stance. All right, I also like to call it the table with two legs. All right, so where the legs are not, that is obviously where you're going to be easily knocked over. All right, so position yourself in your opponent's no leg section and protect yours. All right, so in this position, this is the strength. All right, so we always want to project that at our opponent and position ourselves around that to come through. You may see some boxers, a lot of their footwork, they'll move themselves in, and when they attack, it's more effective because you are out of balance. All right, if you want to really hold against a strike, you need to be strong and balanced. All right, but if they come here, you have nothing to put back, and then you're just going down. So another point that we can look at for balance is trying to look upwards through the body. So this band right here, just under your pecs, where the pecs meet the ribs here, you want to push here, right? It's just, if you push backwards and up, you're now dealing with two different directions, so it makes it very easy to take someone down. So with our footwork also, we want to sit into it and let that weight sink into the ground, so it then becomes more difficult. And also we can move to avoid certain pushes and stuff like that. But this is a very easy way to take someone off balance. Give them a little push, knock them off balance, continue your attack. Okay. All right, so another thing we look at our balance is, like I said, we want to stay standing tall. So where the head goes, the body goes. All right. So if your head gets pulled, you're going to go in that direction. So if you pull someone else's head, they're going to go in that direction. So it's a control point as well. So protect your head, don't let it be grabbed, because then your balance will be disturbed quite aggressively. And another thing that's in the same category as this is that our joints are arrows. All right. If someone grabs me by my arm and pulls me, that's the direction I'm going. If they pull and then push down, that's the direction I'm going. If they push my shoulder, that's the way I'm going. So you can use this to manipulate people as well, to put them where you want to put them. So these are control points and places that you can be controlled as well. So be aware of it to protect yourself, and be aware of it to put yourself in a more opportune position to deliver a more effective strike. Because again, when you're off balance, the strikes will affect you much more. Okay, so now we're going to use our opponent here to show where head goes, body goes, and the joint manipulation as far as joints are arrows. With head manipulation, so if I'm to pull his head, he is now immediately off balance. We could do more aggressive things with this, but we're not going to do that right now. So if I pull forward, it's going to affect. So if you just put your feet together, So this will just show you how easily you can be, or quickly you can get taken off balance. So if I just move his head forward so much, he eventually has to go off balance. All right. If we do it the other backwards, he's going to come off. All right. So try not to fall. And if we just do, sideways, right, it's gonna happen very naturally. All right. So We can also call this the circle of balance. There's a certain point where the body has to get back underneath. All right, so that allows you to then force them into a movement or not. So now if we look at joints or arrows, right? I pull on his wrist, he goes this way. All right, I pull and I push down, he goes down. If I push him, he's going to turn around. This allows me to get in position where I can start doing more of a choke type thing. All right? If I kick the back of his knee down, he's then going to go to the ground. All right? These are the joints become arrows to the direction that you want them to go. If I simply push across here, he's going to go that way. So it's quite simple. It's just a basic principle. You use these as your directions, right? If I want to pull him around, come through here, right? The joint comes around, the shoulder goes down, right? These are very simple way to look at the body. You really want to simplify everything, all right? When you understand this, you don't necessarily have to learn each individual movement. You can, and it's good to do that because you want to practice these movements and kind of focus on them. But really what's happening is that the joints are going in the directions that they're pointing.